The first thing that we're going to talk about today is this Ariana Grande situation that's been absolutely blowing up online, and it's really focusing on how girls under the age of 18 are portrayed in media. Now, Ariana Grande, of course, now over the age of 18, but a lot of people have been looking back to her time at Nickelodeon, I think in part because of Jeanette McCurdy's memoir. It's called I'm Glad My Mom Died. It was released last week and has absolutely taken off, copies selling out online, dominating a lot of online conversation. I just personally finished it yesterday, and like we talked about, Jeanette faced a lot of abuse at the hands of her mother. She details that, but also she revealed some disturbing behind-the-scenes happenings at Nickelodeon. Jeanette talking about someone she referred to as the creator, who is largely believed to be Dan Schneider, with Jeanette saying that she was sexualized on set by the creator, that he pressured her to drink alcohol at 18 and massaged her shoulders. And in those Nickelodeon parts, Ariana Grande is mentioned, right? She was her co-star. And so now, post-memoir, you have a lot of people looking back on that era of Nickelodeon and looking at it through a different lens. And so with that, we saw people sharing clips from Ariana Grande's time at Nickelodeon where she appeared to be heavily and according to The Independent, those videos came from The Slap, which is a website Nickelodeon made to go along with the show Victorious, where viewers could watch bonus footage. Footage that was apparently written and directed by Dan Schneider. And in this montage, Ariana is reportedly just 16 years old. And in it, it appears that he has Ariana stick her finger all the way down her mouth, sucking her own toes, trying to juice a potato while making grunting noises. At another point, this happens.
Is it possible for a teenage girl to drink water upside down? I'm thirsty. It's not possible.
Others also sharing a video where Ariana Grande was wearing a bikini while a bunch of boys stand around her and shoot her with a water gun, with people also noticing that there seemed to be a trend with foot content, with all of this racking up millions and millions of views and tons of people saying things like, everyone keeps bringing up Ariana Grande for stan drama against Jeanette and I don't know why. Let's not forget, Ariana is a victim herself from the creepiness of Dan Schneider. This is why she doesn't talk about the role of Cat Valentine anymore. They sexualized and infantilized her, as well as we should be shouting at the top of our lungs about the abuse that goes on at Nickelodeon, Disney, and other networks that have a lot of child actors. There are too many similar stories. The industry needs to change. But also at the same time, you had people pushing back on that, pointing to things like in 2019, Dan Schneider and Ariana Grande are in the same photo together. Though there you have people pushing back saying that only speaks to possibly their relationship, and this is public facing, so who knows what's real, and arguing that doesn't change the content that was made when Ariana Grande was 16. And I will say that the thing that's most concerning for me is like, this is just the stuff that we know about now, thanks to McCurdy's book, as well as whatever the content was that was released publicly. And I'm just left wondering how many other stories are there? And part of the reason is that McCurdy in her book said that Nickelodeon actually offered her $300,000 to not speak about her time on the show with Dan Schneider. And so I'm just left wondering, how much money did Nickelodeon spend to keep these kids quiet? And what are they being quiet about specifically? Right? How deep does this go? But while we wait to see if anything else comes out, in the meantime, of course, I'd love to pass the question off to you. What are your thoughts on this?